Hello, my name is Amr Ashraf bin Muhammad Khalil, and I'll be sharing about the editing process that are required in the making of a movie. There are several stages of editing process that we will talk about, so let's get into it. The first process of editing is called logging. Logging is a process where the editor first time in seeing the shot to become familiar with the footage. The editor watches and listens to all the material. In a notebook, the editor makes a log of his or her reaction to all the shots and write down any ideas that pop into his or her head. As you can see above, this is an example of logging note for the editor to keep track during the whole editing process. The editor uses a timecode to link thoughts to specific shots. For a long project, the first edit will be a simple version consisting of all the white shots strung together. After the logging process, it will be the first assembly where the editor considers all the visual and audio material collected on the shoot for each scene, then reorder it in the way to tell the story best. The assembly edit allows the editor to get a sense of the project before specific are focused on. There are dozens of possible combinations the editor can choose for this one simple sequence, each of which create a different mood and tell a different story. After having the idea on how the story goes, the editor will do a rough cut of the story. The rough cut keeps the sound synced together with its picture. The editor should begin to mute or delete unneeded audio, but additional sounds are not added at this point. The first rough cut is completed when each scene has been looked at individually and it is placed into the edit. The rough cut can take up to 3 months to complete. Each editor works differently. Sometimes the editor works alone and shows the day or week's work to the director and producer. Sometimes the editor and director work together, discussing every scene. In the rough cut, the scenes are placed in order and checked for continuity. This is all important step in the editing process that allows for revision and new ideas to be tried and tested. The main edit begins the process of approaching a fine cut. Scene will have individual problems and issues will become interdependent between scenes. Key sound effects and music may be introduced at this stage and the complexity will grow. The editor continues to save each version. The stage when a rough cut becomes a fine cut is not exact, but it is often when the editor feels each idea has been fully explored. The editor should bring in others to watch the fine cut. The fine cut is the process of getting down to perfect frame accuracy for every single edit in the film and making sure that each moment flows as best as it can. Once the fine cut is approved, the picture is considered locked and no further changes will be needed. The project will move into full sound post-production and the editor work is done. Before we end this video, here's a fun fact. Do you know that most studios use blue or green skin because they're the color furthest from human skin tones, making them the most logical to use as background? That's all for me. Thank you for watching the video.